everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of the LegacyKnitz podcast. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue. We're touching each other.
This is way hard with the screen so far away.
We're in the same
Maybe
place.
the high five would work better.
We're in the same place.
We're in the same place. We are up in Vermont. Oh, sorry. Who are you?
My name is Sue.
I am the daughter mother.
Mother, grandmother.
And we are both coming to you from Vermont today.
And it's snowing and it is beautiful, beautiful.
It is beautiful out right now.
We are not experiencing this winter, which is unusual.
Down in Connecticut,
Yes,
you mean? Yeah.
It's very unusual. We're usually pretty similar.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah, because I remember when we were moving up, we were like, it's not even that much different in the wintertime. Like maybe a few degrees colder, but
This year
it's like we live on two separate worlds.
Which is weird because it always used to be this way, I think. And then when Ben moved up, I was like, wow, they don't have that hard of winters. Why are they tough? But that was new, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you live in like Wisconsin right now, you can't even walk out your door. It's so cold.
I think they said like minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't think it's safe to even leave your home.
No, I feel like it's like dangerous.
How do pipes not freeze constantly? And
maybe they do.
my office would have blown up by now.
Yeah.
Really, because you couldn't keep it warm in that temp. You couldn't.
Well, because 3 of those walls are outside walls.
Outside walls, and I have it set at 90 when it's like 0 or less, and it's 70 in there.
90.
I do. I have it set at 90.
You might as well be in Hawaii.
I know, but it's never. It's like I'm freezing at 90 because it's nowhere near 90.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So anyway, that's a long way of saying it's snowing here. We didn't get nearly as much snow as they called for. But it's really pretty right now, just like nice tiny little flakes fluttering around.
It's perfect. Like right now, I wish it was Christmas. I wish the tree was over there.
I know. It is a good, but we are staying cozy. We have the fireplace going. We've gotten some good like knitting time in.
Knit so much yesterday, so got here around 10. Lily was still asleep, and she woke up.
Yep.
She's perfect. Sorry.
We're a little biased, but
So biased, but oh my gosh, she is becoming a little girl.
she is.
She's just, there's no words. There's no words. And she's so fun.
She's so fun. And she's learning words and eating real food. She's actually reading a book right now in her crib.
She is.
She loves books. Books are her all-time favorite toy.
She loves her books.
Yeah.
She's a speed reader though. We've talked about that before.
She flips.
Literally. And then
Which
starts over.
I was telling you, it drives Justin and I crazy because we really want to sit down and read these books because they're beautiful and they're fun to read.
Nope.
And she's like, nope.
She's a speed reader. She's gonna be a genius. Hopefully not.
Yeah, no.
We never wish that on anyone.
No.
So it's so good to be together filming because we have tried to film twice now with no success whatsoever.
No,
Not
twice
even
for like 2 hours at a shot, and we just
waste
leave
of
frustrated
time.
and sad and
mad.
We want to hang out with you guys, and we just. But I think we might have. I say this every time. I think Justin has helped us maybe figure out a way around it. We've got new internet routers, so hopefully our call connection will be better. And thank you to everybody that has reached out and given us suggestions and IT tips, because I am definitely using all of the information that you're sending.
It's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating because this is so much easier and so much more fun, and it's a better quality video for you guys, so hopefully
It is. Well, and we have quite a few times where we're gonna be together for business reasons or personal reasons, so that hopefully we all do the best we can.
Yeah, we're thinking one a month. So like this will be January's podcast. We have a date that we could do it in February and a date that we could do it in March.
Yes.
So if we are able to do an in-between podcast via FaceTime, then we will try to do that. But for now, that's our plan, is one a month for the next couple of months, and you will get a quality like this, which is so much nicer.
So much nicer. And it's so frustrating because we've come out with a whole new line, well, a whole new series of yarns that it's so hard to get out there without this podcast. However, the real thing is, well, 2 things, and you talk constantly about one of them, and really, truly, you do.
I sound like a broken record.
You do, but in the same breath, it is such a good way to know what we're doing. So follow us on Instagram. Legacy Fiber Artz. I feel like most people do, but it's a good reminder if someone's brand new, which we didn't do that spiel.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome, new viewers.
If you're new, thank you. I don't even know what the spiel is, but you all know what we want to say.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for coming back always.
Yeah.
And anyone new, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
But so our Instagram feed is the first place you'll see any new products, and then our newsletter, which I love our newsletter, and I can say that because I have nothing to do with it. Nothing. And we've got such great feedback on people that really love the newsletter, and it's not always about selling. I mean, a lot of times it is just to let everyone know about our products, but it's also got really good information in it a lot of times. You do a lot of work on it.
I do. Well, because I know as a new knitter, like if I didn't have you, I just feel like I want to make a resource where anybody that knits can go and find value in it. And I don't know, sometimes that includes our yarn, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's more of pattern recommendations and tips and tricks and things like that. So I really do want it to be a resource, because besides dyeing yarn, we want to be valuable to anybody that maybe couldn't afford our yarn now or is brand new and wants, like, I feel like we could do a needle edition recommendation,
or
for sure,
like just to get good information out there. And like we were talking about, possibly like once a week, once every 2 weeks, it will be just an informational email. So don't think of it as only like, oh gosh, now I'm gonna see everything they put out, which that's kind of a good thing for most people. I don't mean it like, oh. But there's more to it than just that, is the bottom line.
Definitely. So yeah, those are two really good places. And I haven't mentioned this yet in this podcast, but all of the information that we talk about during this podcast will go down in the down bar. So if you want active links to all of these things that we're talking about, just go down there and you'll find them, including our email address. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, can't quite figure out how to do it, just shoot me an email. I have a whole thing that I can just send right over to you to get you set up. Yeah,
because a couple people have commented, like, I want to sign up, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
Don't email me to find out.
Always me, and it's
Never
always
me.
LegacyFiberArtzLLC@gmail.com.
And I say that just because I don't know.
Yeah, and I do.
Yeah. It's so nice to not have to have that on my plate, because it's so valuable. And if it was only me, or you were still working full time outside of the house, it's just so much. It's so hard to be a one-man show, so it's so great to have both.
Well, and it gives me so much respect for all of those one-man shows out there. Like, oh my God, kudos to you, because without you,
it wouldn't be happening.
Ooh, it's a lot of work.
It would be happening like haphazardly, I feel like.
Yeah, just however you can do it. But yeah, there are so many of you out there that do such a wonderful job as a solo maker, and holy crap, I give you so much props. So many props.
So many props. Whatever props, they're yours. All of them.
So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to the last day. We had a really nice family dinner. My brother and his girlfriend came over. Mom brought up some steaks and fish, and it was a really nice visit.
It was so fun. As much as I miss you and Justin and Benny and Kristen so much every day, it's so different when you only get certain times. Those times are so special. Like last night is going to be one of my favorite nights.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
It was, because we had a great dinner, and then we just hung out and talked. And conversation was great. Like, as a mom, you will experience this 100 years from now, which will go like that.
Oh, I know.
Just so you know. It just warms your heart to know that you can actually have real conversations.
Yeah.
And honestly, besides a few good friends, you are my favorite people to talk to.
Well, likewise. Likewise.
Favorite. It's just because our conversations are not just oh, so what'd you do today?
Right.
It was just a great conversation.
I was actually thinking about that last night as we were having that conversation. What is it going to be like when Lily and I can sit down and have a conversation about spirituality or your theory on this or that? It must just be so interesting.
It is so interesting. It feels like it takes a long time.
32 years.
Yes, yes, but when it's there, it's so amazing. And so value all of your opinions because it's a whole new world. And we talked about that last night. It is a whole new world. It's a whole new world to navigate, and it's so great. And I'm so glad that I am open to it.
Totally.
I'm so glad about that because it's not always the way in families.
Totally.
It's not, and not for you guys, for me. I feel like it just adds so much to have that input and to have that perspective. And it was a fantastic night.
We had a fun night.
We had a great night.
And we have another night tonight because Mom's staying for, it's so nice when you stay for 2 nights.
It is.
It feels like we get a lot of time.
Even though Dad was sure I was coming home today. It was so funny.
Dad.
Oh, I thought you were coming home tomorrow. No, Thursday.
Yeah.
And who knows, I could get snowed in.
You might. It's not looking like it's slowing down. So
I feel like 2 nights is the perfect amount of time.
Definitely.
So then we each can get back to our own lives, and that time was just great. And I feel like we can focus on that time and not be
distracted.
Yeah, like we enjoy anyway. Sorry, we're rambling.
We are.
How lucky am I to say
Look
that
at
out
our
loud.
original co-host.
Oh, our original co-host is back.
He's back. Who knows how long he'll stay?
Yeah, he's settling in.
Oh.
With the head on the table even, the heavy
on the
head.
table. Heavy head. Oh my gosh, I totally
been
forgot
so
about
long.
that. Mr. Heavy Head.
Mr. Heavy Head is back. He's
This is-
loving me this visit.
He totally is. He's loving all the attention. This is Romo for any new viewers. He's our little pup. And he used to be our #1 co-host for every episode. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he's such a good boy.
He's a sweet boy.
He is.
Oh my
Looks
gosh.
like Lily's sleeping.
Lily's finally down. I forgot to mention because I've been using this mug a lot lately.
A lot.
I have 2 of Natalie's mugs. Hopefully you guys
I don't
can
know
get
how that works.
Hopefully it's
I
focusing
don't
on
know.
it. But this is her sweater. It looks like it's so blown out. I'll
It's
try and take
beautiful.
actually I took a video clip before we sat down. So you guys will have seen this in the intro. But I love it. I'm drinking a little bit of coffee.
I have both. I think I got them, or we got them at the same time. So I have the same. You know, I was thinking about it. I vowed I was going to start drinking coffee because of those mugs and Amanda's mugs, Doghouse. And I keep forgetting I'm supposed to be drinking coffee.
I mean, there's some over there.
You know, I have a caffeine high, and nothing will make sense.
This will all be crap.
All go
And you know
down.
what? That will be very frustrating after traveling. So no
Not
coffee
doing no
for her.
coffee. No coffee.
I'll drink all of the coffee in this relationship.
Okay.
Should we talk knitting? Because I am so excited about so many projects.
Because I have 1 finished, 2 works in progress.
You've been a knitting maniac.
I have been, I don't know how I've done it. I didn't even bring my stitching, which I've done a ton.
Yes, you have.
But I didn't want to bring it because I knew I would want to be working on it. And I really want to be knitting. So I don't want that frustration.
Totally.
But I have knit up a storm. In the last week are my 2 works in progress.
Really? Oh wait, I'm thinking Pierre. You're talking works in progress.
Works in progress. Pierre was done before, and I don't think we've shown it yet.
We don't, but you have it, right?
I have it.
Okay.
I should have worn it.
I mean, you could if you wanted. It's right there.
I'll put it on once I show it.
Yeah. So what should we start with? Do you want, I feel like you have more knitting to show than I do. I have 3 things to show, no finished objects.
I have 3. 1 is a finished object.
So when
You start with your exciting that's sitting right
With my
there,
new
because I
one?
know you're like bursting.
it's, you know when you have a project where like your fingers just ache to pick up the needles? That's this project right now.
Yes, and because I'm looking at all of our projects are using like our new yarns. I think at the end we'll talk about the shop.
Totally. And what we have available.
What we have available, so we can just focus on the projects because they're so amazing.
Totally. So first, I will say like which colorways I'm using.
Yes.
That way you're not like left in the dark. And these don't even have bands on them because Mom
They're
dyed them
hers.
up and they're mine. So
And we probably need more bands.
yeah, we probably do. So this is our Whispering Pines colorway. I sent out a newsletter about this colorway when we first released it. And Mom at first was thinking of doing a weekender sweater by Andrea Mowry with all of this yarn. Decided on another color, which you will see later. But when
Sorry,
she
I'm making
said,
really funny faces. I'm never aware that I'm doing this all the time. I'll try to stop.
oh, it's okay. I think people probably find it entertaining.
I'm thinking it could be annoying.
I'm sure it's half and half, honestly.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
I'll try.
So when Mom said she wasn't going to be using it for that, I said, maybe I could use it for a project that I had in my mind. So it's another Andrea Mowry pattern. It's called Nurtured. And this is, so this is interesting. It starts by knitting the sleeves, and then you knit the body, and then I'm assuming you apply the sleeves.
Oh, I was trying to figure out like,
I don't know. I haven't read that far.
That makes sense. It's just so unusual in directions that they would put the sleeves first. And but maybe it's like this way to like not make you hate the sleeves, or to get used to the pattern, which is brilliant.
That could be, I don't know. I don't know the rationale. I haven't read too far into the pattern. Like I read what I had to do to cast on, because that's what I always do because I'm so eager. But yeah, it starts with the sleeves.
I wish they could really see the pattern because it's so unusual.
It looks, so because I'm using this gorgeous tonal green, it has all these like dark and then light and then medium, and it almost looks like, I said to Mom last night, a mermaid tail, because it almost looks like scales, like fish's scales. But it's super squishy. I think you can see it, I feel like.
Can you? It's my eyes. It's so far away. Like our camera looks like it's close.
And if it doesn't, I'll do a little
close up.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm loving it so far. I am magic looping, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I didn't have the 9-inch circulars that I needed. But we might make a trip to Must Love Yarn today, depending on if the roads are drivable. So if that is the case, I'll get some 9-inch circulars so that I can.
It's going to be worth it.
Totally.
Because it's going to pick up your speed. Again, I don't know why I'm so about speed knitting, but I am.
Totally.
Because I want the projects finished. I think we talked about this on one of our Lost podcasts.
And this is the trouble with having tried to podcast and losing the content, is you have no idea what you said or didn't say.
No idea.
So it feels very repetitive for us, but it's new content for you guys.
When I saw this pattern on other podcasts, I feel like I saw it on the Nice and Knit Girls and somewhere else. I thought it was just, again, the reverse stockinette.
Because it kind of looks like that.
It's not.
It's not.
It is a 4-pattern repeat.
Yeah, a 4-row repeat.
That's what I meant. 4-row repeat. And it's so, like, I wish we had Feel-O-Vision, because it's unbelievable.
The squish is, I don't know if you can see it, but like it is so squishy.
So puffy.
And it's great because it's, like you said, it's a 4-row repeat. I don't want to say too much though, because
it's a paid for, yeah.
But for anybody that is fearful that it is like all purling or all reverse stockinette, it's not. So take a look at it. It's a, it's a
looks like it's going to be fast.
I think it's going to be, because it's worsted weight.
It's worsted weight.
It's large needles. Oh yeah, I didn't mention it's in our worsted base.
I feel like the green is showing up lighter than it is a little.
A little bit.
Not a lot.
Yeah, I'll try my best to get accurate footage on here for you guys.
There's more deep greens embedded in there.
Which I love. When you guys are knitting with tonal yarns, I love it when I get to a really deep area of the yarn. It's like, I don't know, I love it so much.
I think when you use a tonal yarn with a textured pattern, it's so amazing. Like that tonal yarn does so much. It adds even more to the texture.
I totally
that's
agree.
Really obvious in the Pierre shawl.
Yes.
And the Plumpy.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. It's a cropped sweater. I think I'm going to wear it a lot with this bodysuit that I have, because it is a tank top, but it's so warm. Why don't you just look at him? It's like, I'll just go in here. Did you see his head?
He's cold.
Oh my
gosh. He sleeps under the blanket. I never know how dogs do that.
Under the
or
blanket.
Cats.
It's his favorite thing. Like, he is completely in my sweater right now.
Let's talk about the sweater for 1 second.
Oh, everybody asks every time I wear this, and I always feel so bad because I don't mention it. Thank you for bringing it up. This was purchased at the Gap 3 or 4 years ago. I did not knit it. I know a lot of you are looking for a good cowl neck sweater.
It's such a great sweater.
It looks like, when I did buy it though, like you can see how it was made. Like
well, it's interesting. It's going, the knit stitches are going sideways.
Because look at, then they seam it. So it's like they made a panel and then they seamed it.
No, they made the back and the front.
Oh, and then they seamed it all the way across.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too
Oh my
big,
goodness.
my boy.
So yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys. This is not a knit sweater, and I
This
always
is.
feel like I'm. Yes, and that. Do you know the pattern?
No, so old. It is so old.
Beautiful though. It's held up very nicely.
And it can't really see it. It's beautiful cable with pearl. Like the reverse stockinette, which I do not like that look. You know what? I think I do. Because
I do love the look.
I think I like it. I don't know I like it. Because I have a lot of sweaters that way. But this is the coziest, the wooliest.
Do you know what yarn you use by chance?
No.
Looks like Malabrigo kind of.
No. It's like an old school, it's an old school wool. I know it's, I would
It's very woolly.
It's so woolly. So if you have, well, it doesn't make any sense because I don't know the pattern.
Sorry, you guys. We
Sorry,
have no
we're
help
useless.
with what we're wearing today.
But we're together.
Yeah.
And we're filming. So
you win some, you lose
can't
some.
do it all.
Yeah.
You just can't. It's impossible. So anyways, we forgot to address what we're wearing. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's all I have to say about the pattern. I will, you know, hang in with my Instagram and I'll start posting more things about it as I get farther. But so far, it's amazing.
I think it's going to fly.
I think so too, because I can't wait to have it. This is the thing, when I know how I'm going to wear a sweater, it can't get in my closet soon enough.
And you are a very dedicated sweater knitter.
I am. I will definitely say that. That is true.
You are. Because you have whipped off sweaters. When you showed up yesterday with that one that I've already seen.
The spotlight sweater.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, you just whipped that off. Like, you literally whipped that off.
That was like a month.
Yeah, that's good for a sweater. Actually, it's great for a sweater. Because
Yeah.
I still have my branches and buds.
Oh my God.
With that stupid sleeve.
Is it just one more sleeve? Oh my goodness. That's okay. I
Because
get
it's
it.
magic loop. That's why.
When we go to Must Love Yarn today.
I don't know the size.
We can get it.
Did I use the right size?
Knitter problems. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about your knitting.
Let's talk about let's bring up what I worked on all day yesterday, and I am enjoying it so much. I'm
That is
enjoying it.
when I come to visit you and that is done and that is in your closet, it might go missing. Just might go missing.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So it's the Weekender. Andrea Mowry was brilliant in January, and I shouldn't speak about this because I don't know what but it seemed like every day in January she featured a pattern and had a discount.
I think that's exactly what she did. Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. For me, it's not about the discount because I am so happy to pay full price for a pattern because designers make
Not enough.
for the amount of work that goes into it. So, but for me, it was she brought it to my attention again.
Yeah.
And for some, the other one I'm doing was one from my Plumpy.
Yes.
Which I didn't even know existed. So brilliant on you, Andrea Mowry. I know she doesn't watch, but anybody that knows her, just brilliant.
Let her know that we
Let
love
her know we think she's brilliant. So the Weekender popped up, and the Weekender has been on my mind, but I don't know, it couldn't be like, yeah, that's my favorite sweater ever, I want to make it, but I was very drawn to it. So I just decided I was going to cast it on, because I also heard it was a pretty fast knit. And it used worsted weight. And I was very anxious to use some of our worsted weight yarn, which we don't have a lot already dyed up. I have it ready to dye up is my thing. So I dyed it up myself in one of our new colorways. And I am in love with this pattern.
I am too. And I love that you paired it with mohair because
I do too.
That's not a move I would have made, but looking at it.
Me either.
Oh
and
my
when
gosh.
I asked my Instagram or my Periscope people, they were like, well, it'll dull it down. When I was originally going to do it in Whispering Pines, and they were 100% right, because I was going to pair it with the Whispering Pines mohair, but it still was going to take it down a notch. And I thought, they're right, and I love the richness of that color. But when I decided to use this color, I knew the mohair would add to the color because of the color of the mohair. That was all so cryptic. Anyways,
no, I feel like it makes sense.
Did it make sense?
I always feel that way when we're speaking, and then when we play it back
It makes
to edit,
sense.
it's like, oh no, the conversation did make
Okay,
sense.
because I feel like I don't. Okay, so this is the Weekender. I'm hoping it shows up well.
Again, I'll make sure that you can see it well.
So it's incredibly buttery. That's how I would describe it. In feel and in color. So I am using the new antique lace, right? Okay.
Yep, you got it.
Antique lace.
And I actually have a skein that I can show side by side, that way you can compare.
Yes. And, oh my gosh, buttercream frosting. This is the most delicious color.
It's stunning.
It's so soft, it's so beautiful. It's a very, very light. I'm thinking it's showing up a little lighter than it is, but we'll figure that out. It has added so much butteriness to this. Now, in real life, I still would like this alone.
Absolutely.
I would love it alone. Because I talked about this, I think, on Periscope. It's luxurious to add mohair to a sweater, cost-wise.
Absolutely, yeah.
And who knows, if I was buying this yarn, I might have not said, oh, I'm going to add mohair.
Right.
Because it's significant. It's significant. So if you're loving the color and loving the sweater, the mohair is delicious. It's beautiful. But
not
honestly, I really, because I do still look at this and go, I think it would have been gorgeous with just this too.
Absolutely.
So just for that. Now, I am alternating skeins. I know we all hate alternating skeins, but I have no angst when I'm knitting it.
Which is so good because not only are you alternating skeins, but you also have this kind of
mohair. So I've got 3 balls of yarn, but I know for a fact that it would take away, for me, the joy of knitting it.
If you knew it was going to be chunky.
If I was not even new, if I was worried. Because you were like, doesn't this look like it's like, I'm like, yeah, it does. But I would still have that angst. I would.
Yeah.
So that is my spiel for that. And okay, so another point. There's so many good points about this sweater. A, you don't purl, you knit. You work it inside out and sheet. The directions are for that. So, but I want you guys to see the yarn on the knit side too, because for a plain knit sweater, oh my gosh. So this is the purl side, and
which is the right side. This is the way that it calls to be worn.
And it has this beautiful, oh, there's so many balls of yarn. This beautiful slip stitch in the center. That's what makes the sweater for me.
It's a reoccurring theme for a lot of her sweaters. Like one of her sheltered poncho that I knit also had that.
I kind of remember that. And I love it. And I thought, oh, it's going to be weird because I'm doing it on the inside out. How is that going to work? She tells you how. It's simple. But what I really wanted you to see on top of it, because we were looking at it last night, this yarn on the knit side.
The knit fabric is just as beautiful as the purled fabric.
And it's so different.
Different.
That's what I love. Look at me. It's so different. It's very different. I'm in love with this sweater. I'm in love with knitting. Last night, literally, as we were all hanging out, it was just like knit, knit, knit. It was so fun because we're all, well, yours is more complicated.
Yeah.
But Kristen is on ribbing, and let's talk about Kristen's sweater. Holy cow, she's a fabulous knitter.
Oh, shoot, I wish I knew the name of the pattern.
It's so beautiful.
It might be like the color block sweater. It's by Petite Knit, and the colors that she chose are stunning. So it was like it's a gray like this, and then a really deep rust orange.
Which, again, I said to her, I would have never put these two together. I would have been like, yeah, they're pretty.
Oh. She has a great color.
She has a great color. She's like you, where it's a more adventurous, and it's great.
Her whole attitude towards knitting has so evolved, and I love because even there was one time where like the stitch count was off, and she was like, "Do you think it even matters?" And I was like, "No, keep going." And she was totally okay with that, and I feel like that's such a good mentality to have as a new-ish knitter.
Absolutely. Don't get caught up in it, because eventually, the more you knit, the more. And you, like, having said that, I wouldn't. There was nothing on that. It was so beautiful.
Well, and one last thing on that conversation. Elizabeth Gilbert, I was listening to maybe Big Magic, is that what it's called?
Yes, Big Magic.
And she says a quote that her mother said to her, and I have held it so close to me: done is better than perfect, or something along those lines. And I feel like as a new knitter, to have that quote kind of circulating in your mind, and I just feel like that mentality is such a good one, because if she had pulled back and really let it bog her down, she wouldn't have a sweater. Like, and I'm just using her as an example, but like same with me, like I'd be like, oh, now I'm stuck on this, I have to redo it. That's so frustrating.
Put it aside.
But like now it might have a few things here and there, but she has an almost finished sweater.
She's so funny. I'm finishing it this week.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and she has 2 sleeves. Yes.
I'm like, you go.
She could do it.
Yeah, she so can do it. I want to talk about the word perfect, because it's one of the words that I hate in the English language as an artist. It allows, even as a human, it allows no room for error. It allows no room for growth. This is me, and I'm going to be on my soapbox. But I'm so aware of it lately, is this need for perfection. It doesn't allow you to be adventurous. It doesn't allow you to learn. It doesn't allow you to grow as an artist, or actually even as a human.
Right.
I really believe that, and it's really, like, I hear a lot of people say, but I'm a perfectionist, and they're so proud of it. And it's like, it doesn't allow you to grow. You're gonna only be in that spot forever. Right. And it took me a long time, because as an art student, oh my gosh, and everything I did was like, I didn't ever allow myself to just create and explore, and you were so good at it, I remember.
See, and I always felt like I kind of inherited a little bit of that with my drawing.
I think you might have inherited it, but I think you didn't stay with it.
I didn't. No, I
think
past
that's
it
the difference.
Pretty quickly. But
like, I'm quite a bit older to finally be moving past. It's really been a moment for me to realize this.
Well, and everybody has their thing.
Yes, and I don't mean, like, there are people that enjoy the perfectionism, and that's a whole different story.
Well, and I also wonder too if being a perfectionist means that you have to be perfect all the time, or if it means that you're striving for perfection. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a difference.
I feel like, for me, how I interpret it is, when I work on a project, if it's not perfect, it's gone.
Gotcha.
It's not good enough. Like exactly what Elizabeth Gilbert said, like, it's better to be done. And I think perfectionists get like squashed by it almost. Like, it's interesting, but
we're speaking as past perfectionists, so
absolutely
we're speaking on our experience.
Yes, and like I said, when I was teaching needlework, there's what is it called? Oh, I'm gonna forget the term. But it means you do it and you do it right, and it's always perfect, and there's a name for it. I wish I could think of it. When I was teaching, it was very obvious. It's almost like when you go up to someone and they have a mistake and you're teaching, but if it's an acceptable mistake, because if
it's not going to throw the entire...
Yes, so I would say, and I still do it with people's knitting, is it going to make you crazy? If it's going to make you crazy, then redo it. And there are times for me where, like, one of these stitches, if it was a purl, that would make me crazy. So it's not like, it's really within your own boundaries. Oh, that was it. With this form of stitching, I would say, are you doing that because you feel like you have to, or is that what you enjoy? Right. And when they said it's how I enjoy it, it's like, that's how you should be stitching then. Right. So it's more about that. It's more about, if you're working on something and you're a perfectionist and you're happy, it's not making you crazy or defeating you. Right. That's a whole different story. Totally. So sorry, that was a spiel I hadn't intended going on. That's all. I just want everyone to be able to grow creatively, because it's so, for me, it was so exciting, that realization. It allowed me, and I got it. Sorry, we're almost in. I got it through art journaling, is where I discovered that. That was a real, why I probably was led to that.
I remember that. So anyway, that's it. I love that sweater. I am in love with it. I am so looking forward to our afternoon and night of knitting, in between playing with Lily. Of course, right. So fun. And I love, because you did a little bit of a longer cuff. Yes. I did longer, which she does say, shorter in the front, longer in the back, but I probably added an inch to both. It looks beautiful, and it's a split. Whoever, if you aren't familiar with the pattern, that to me is always a selling point, because I think it's a very flattering cut on every body. So flattering. Yeah. I did my typical no gauge swatch, 2 extra large. We're a little worried it's going to be big, but I feel like it's going to be good big. If I am always worried. I was so worried about my turtle dove. Did we ever get through? Yes, that podcast did work with my turtle dove on. It definitely did. I think it did. I thought it looked gigantic. I put it on and it fit me just beautifully. Yeah. So fingers crossed, the Sue Stokes 2 extra large method works. We're going to publish a book someday. Yeah. It was so funny when Kelly and Ange talked about it. Yes.
Angela or Kelly was like, so are you using the Sue Stokes method?
Yeah. You know what? If it ain't broke,
It works. One of these times it's not gonna.
that's all right. So my next project, one, I want to bring attention to this bag because it's
So fun.
one of my favorites. It's an awesome granny project bag that I think she gifted this one to
She's
us.
gifted us so many beautiful bags.
But like, look at this fabric.
So hippie.
I love it. Look at the unicorn. And when you see what project is housed in here, you're gonna be like, well, of course
you're
it's in this
using
bag.
that bag.
And then look at the lining.
I gotta pull some of mine out again. I have projects in mine.
These are, I did a lot of like destashing of my bags, and there are certain makers where I kept the bag, like Sandy's I kept.
Oh, never can get rid of those.
Of course, Fat Squirrel Speaks I kept. Like,
Never.
I have a whole bunch of them, but Awesome Granny is one of those where it's like, I can't get rid of any of these bags because they're gorgeous.
No, and she has been so generous to so many podcasters,
Yeah.
so many,
Yeah.
where she ends up always giving coupon codes. And
Yeah.
she's so generous, so generous. It makes me like, I know mine are all upstairs with projects in them, and I need to, because they're like languishing, I need to take them out. I have the family comic one.
Oh, I love that one. I also love the Firefly one. That was your very first one.
That is one of my favorite. Oh, yeah, I forgot. See, that's what happens with me with languishing projects. Then I tie up my beautiful project bags. Darn it.
But I will put a link to her shop in the down bar if you guys are curious about this. I don't know if she still has this pattern in there, but her bags are fabulous.
They are.
Again,
let's talk about your color choices. I was like, wow, that's really crazy.
I know.
It's so perfect.
Well, it was so weird. So we were sitting down to record a podcast one of those days, and I only had these two scullers. These two colorways dyed up. And for some reason, I was like, this needs, and I knew exactly what colorways I needed to complement the palette that I had in my mind. So obviously the podcast didn't work. So I was like, you know what?
Good.
Screw it. I'm going downstairs and I'm dyeing the colors that I need to cast on the shawl. And so what came out of that was Strawberry Shortcake, which I had dyed before, but I had sold out of it.
You had, and this is it's a little different.
Well, I know which one you're thinking of. Strawberry Frosted.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Or Frosted Donut.
One of the two.
You're
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely got more pinks. I love this one.
This is more of a like a dusty pink. Like, it really looks like Strawberry Shortcake, like the crumb,
So beautiful.
So anyway,
So beautiful.
this is Strawberry Shortcake. So I dyed some more up on our Cozy Toes base, and then Cayenne, which is like a tonal orange.
All I think of course, is Gigi.
Gigi. And you know what? I had just
we
had
have to send her one.
I had just had a conversation with her that day, or maybe the day before. And so, of course, I was inspired by her orange.
I know.
So yes, Gigi, I'm gonna be sending you a skinny yarn, girl.
We're on it.
So anyway, yes, I dyed up those colorways, I put them all together, and I cast on for I don't know why I was gonna show the yarn again, for a Purlwise by Stephen West, or no, Purlbreak. I always call it Purlwise for some reason.
You know what? I feel like I don't even know this pattern. I love it because I love all his work because he's such a genius.
Well, and again, Adventurous.
Adventurous, yes, and that's what I love, and it always works for him. And then having met him and taken a class with him, but this is one of his. I can tell this is one of his older designs, and I love his older designs.
They're very classic, and they're, oh my, this is reading so beautifully.
So beautiful.
This is on, I think, a 60-inch cord, so that just shows you how large it is. It is bunched at both ends. In the end, I'm gonna have 555 stitches on this cord, which...
And I love these. Whose are these?
Oh my gosh, Teresa McCarthy, who is a longtime friend of ours. She orders our yarn all the time, and she sent me...
yes, the name.
Yes, and she sent me these stitch markers, and I'm obsessed with them. She actually messaged me. She was like, I'm so glad to see you. Yes.
Does she sell them?
You know, I should find out.
You should find out, because they're little felted balls.
It reminds me of like a sombrero.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
And they're so fun on this project.
Right?
So fun.
I love it. So
sorry.
It does. It complements.
It just makes it even more fun to look at. Like, I would just love to get to each one.
I do.
Slip it, like look at it. Sorry.
And they're really well made too. Like, it has, like, look at the actual stitch marker that's attached to it.
Yes, it's like one of, they're gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. Yeah.
We will definitely find out if you can buy them.
Yes. But yeah, so I'm using cayenne as my main color. And so a fact about our yarn, our steel toes base has more yardage than our cozy toes base by about 30 yards.
I don't even know, I should know those things.
Yeah, so by about 30 yards. What is that, 435? And this is 463.
Oh, wow, I did not even know that.
Yes.
The things we learn
Exactly.
about our own products.
So the main color of this project calls for 430 yards. So that leaves, like, you have to be totally on gauge to be able to use one of our cozy toes, one skein at least, for the main color. I have not finished yet. I don't know if I'm on gauge 100% or not, because I never take gauge for shawls.
Yes, and not to interrupt you, but one thought is even if you run out, there's so much color in
You
this.
can keep playing with the colors.
Yes, you can keep playing with the
Absolutely.
colors, or you can stop it a little shorter because
Absolutely.
it's gigantic. But yes, that's a good observation.
But that's a very good
that
point.
one. I wouldn't have even noticed.
So if you do want to cast one of these on, just keep that in mind. If you have one of our cozy toes, I dyed the yarn, so if I do run out and I do decide I want more, I can always take up another skein. But if you are looking to be cost effective, like Mom said, play with the colors a little bit more towards the end, or use a steel toes as your main color instead of a cozy toes, because that'll give you more than enough yardage.
Yes, but now tell me this, was it the skein of yarn? So did he say he used,
I think it was
doesn't
actually
mean-
called for.
but it also doesn't mean he used the full skein.
Totally. That's true.
But it does look like,
It does look like, I don't know if it was, I don't know if I was looking at the skein that he used or like the actual, like, you know how they'll say like you need one skein. Oh, that's true though.
yeah, it's hard to know. Like, are you using, like, some patterns you use it to the bitter end and others you don't. It's just what they use.
Totally. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But based on my ball of yarn and the fact that I still have probably double the amount of stripes to go, like I have to double this number of stripes, contrasting stripes.
And the orange is in there.
It's in between every one of the color bees. is
Yes,
what they're
so you
called.
could almost fade
Totally.
the orange out if
Totally.
you wanted to.
But so that's my
Needles
project.
are so little.
I know, they calls for a size US 5, I believe.
Well, and that's not really that little for fingering weight, but compared to my sweater right now, holy cow. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I love the slip stitch. I love how it looks like a starburst almost. I don't know.
And I love it.
Thank you. And I haven't gotten so many of the strawberry shortcake stripes in there, but I think it works.
Oh, it absolutely works, because as you put them all together, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of color going on. Because the main color, oh, it's gorgeous.
I
It's
kind of love
gorgeous.
it.
And we should talk about the fact that you combined cozy and steel
And
toes.
steel, yeah. And I mean, you're seeing it just as we're seeing it. There's no real difference. Like, yes, the cozy toe stripes are a little softer per se, just because there's cashmere in there, but it's
they're
not affecting
so-
my gauge.
No, and plus they're so every other, like, you never know.
Yeah. So yeah, and I have a couple, I mean, we won't talk shop, but I do have a couple of those kits in the shop with the mixed bases for anybody that's wanting them. But I have listed out which colorways are in the steel toes, which are in the cozy toes, so
Yes.
you have all of the information right there in the listing.
Well, because it's interesting, because you said to me, do you think it's going to make a difference? And I was like, I don't think so. Like, but now looking at it, absolutely not.
Totally. And
Absolutely
I
not.
always, because it's a Stephen West pattern, and I feel like I always kind of embody him a little bit when I'm knitting one of his patterns.
And he would never.
He wouldn't bat an eyelash
He
at
would-
mixing bases.
he
He
would
would
have-
say mix more bases, get a lace weight in
Yeah,
there, get
he
a
would.
mohair. So
Yeah.
adventurous. I feel
And
like that's the
again,
theme.
oh my gosh. Right now, everybody is loving mohair, like adding it to everything.
I should have done that.
Even if you added one skein of mohair with one of the colors, so say you did, it would work best, like even that, look at that.
I know.
Like just for that, because for it to be all mohair, it'd be crazy.
It'd be all in
Because
my
there's so many stitches.
Yeah.
But say you picked one color to combine, oh my God.
I know. Like so many possibilities.
So lately I'm all about the possibilities. I don't know why. All of a sudden I'm getting like, yeah, but what if you added this? Or
but it's so fun.
well, and it's getting away from that, like doing exactly what the pattern says.
Totally.
And, which I can fall into that category out of sheer laziness.
Well, not only that, but like fear that maybe it's not going to work. Like you're going to get 3/4 of the way through, and that's like,
Not
oh
like
shoot,
it.
I should have listened to the pattern.
Yeah.
It's a tough balance.
Again, though, I think as yarn dyers and having so much yarn available to us, that's much easier to do.
For sure.
But then again, we have to look at there are so many people with such huge stashes, which we don't have.
Totally.
But it's a way to play with your stash and maybe whittle it down a little. And
Totally.
even if you just had a little mohair left over, because quite often when you do a project, you do have mohair left over.
Well, and as I'm finishing this, like I won't use these colors again. And look at how much yarn I have left.
I know, that's driving me crazy lately.
But you know what? For a kit like this, for me, I love this color combination so much, and it can transform like that. Like if I were to knit another shawl and I wanted to use mint as the main color and stripe and just use these two, there's enough yarn in here that you could make a shawlette.
Yes.
Maybe even a full-size shawl.
Full-size. Well,
with
that's
just these two colors.
That's an interesting point, though, because when I do like a mitten kit or a hat kit, sometimes the cost gets like, but then I realized you can make 2 pairs out of it.
Gift one, keep one.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And then, of course, when I have a shawl like this, I would want to make matchy socks, like all this, like scrappy socks to go with it.
Or add some fringe to the end. Like add a whole, oh God, I might do that. Just fringe all the way along, like along the bottom. Ooh, that would be super cool. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, the possibilities are endless. Be adventurous with your knitting.
Be adventurous. The other thing I'm thinking is sometimes for mohair, like so close to your neck, it would, like sometimes you feel like you're eating it.
Yep.
You could just do the mohair if you had a little bit left of some mohair, like just around the bottom.
Because there is a border too. Like the main color, my cayenne, will stop after the contrasting stripes, and then there's a big border of whatever color you choose.
Oh,
so I could
that would
just
be
do it with the
delicious
border.
with adding that to the. Oh, that would be delicious.
And I also think this is going to be a springtime shawl for me, like a cool spring night, throwing it over my shoulders because we're gonna get patio furniture out there.
Oh, chipmunks. I'll eat in here. We'll leave the screen open.
We'll just wave to you every once in a while.
The screen will be open. I'll protect Lily in here. I'll be like, sorry guys, we'll talk when you get in.
Dinner's great.
It's terrible. Why do I have such bad fears?
Everyone has their thing.
It's not good.
It's all right.
It drives me crazy. I had one more thought. Oh, I see that as your summer night shawl.
Totally.
Even more summery, like.
It's just super like, I think the Nice and Knit girls commented when I posted my first picture, and they said like, ooh, I love this citrus combination. Because it really, like, it really is.
It's brilliant.
And so now, hope you girls don't mind, I named it the Citrus Shawl Kit.
Good work.
It just made so much sense. It was like, yes, that's what it is.
It's perfect.
So,
perfect.
yeah, anyway.
All right. Is that both your projects?
No, I have one more.
You have one more. Okay, I have one more work in oh my god, this one I love this. I'm obsessed with this. Now, you know what? This is so ridiculous thinking about it. My whole spiel on perfectionism, I started this 4 times. The brioche was making me crazy, but again, it's that center line.
Well, and it's what are you comfortable with? If it's gonna drive you crazy, go and fix it.
It was driving me crazy, and the center line, I was doing one thing wrong, and I finally, after like 4 tries, figured it out. Like, why does that keep happening? I'm doing it right. And it drove me crazy, but then it flew. And brioche, I'm happy to report my muscle memory, like that, it came back.
That's why every time you say I don't know how to do it anymore, it's like, no, you do.
But this time was a shift. This time, the decreases, I think I'm increasing too. Something was falling and I thought it was possibly a squirrel. I'm the worst.
I think they're all hunkered in. They have about a foot, maybe more.
They are. They're crawling to get out. Save me, Sue.
Oh
no. Okay, so I love this shawl so much. So this is one of those, Andrea Mowry put it up. It was on sale.
Which totally, before we get into this, she just said for the rest of the month of January, it's a flat out 25% off with a coupon code. Head over to her Instagram because you can shop her whole catalog with 25% off.
See, I have to say, as a used to be designer of needlework, I feel guilty.
I know.
I feel so, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't,
Well,
because it's serving a great purpose for her.
Well, and you just have to feel grateful. Like,
yes.
oh, thank you so, like, so generous of her.
It's so generous. It's so generous. So thank you for that information.
Yep.
So this is the Plumpy. Oh my gosh. It's DK weight.
It's beautiful.
It is. I am obsessed, we do have to talk about our knit along. I forgot.
Oh yes, I have it in
my
my notes for the end.
Totally forgot.
Yeah.
I am loving DK weight shawls. I'm loving knitting them. And so my finished project is a DK weight shawl. And I put it on before I blocked it, and I was like, is it kind of heavy, chunky? And then I blocked it.
Bloomed.
It's my favorite because it loosened up a little. It's beautiful. There are no words. I'm obsessed with the DK weight shawl.
Well, because it knits up so much faster than a finger.
Literally. Okay, so that sweater and this were last week's knitting.
Yeah.
And I stitched a stocking.
You have been on fire. And you've been dyeing yarn like a mad woman.
And I dyed it's one of those times when you get in the zone and you have to go with it. After, what are we, 3 years into this, I've learned when I'm not in a dyeing mood, you don't dye.
You allow your body that time.
Yeah, you allow your body that time. And like Sunday was like, I dyed 100 skeins of yarn. Like it was nothing on a Sunday. And it was between doing things and stitching, and it was, of course, it depends on the colorways, of course. I was doing a lot of our semi-solids. And the new line, I love dyeing. I love dyeing it. I've got it down so it really moves. But then Monday morning I woke up, and the whole reason I did it was to get ahead.
Right.
Like, oh, Monday I'll do like 100 more. Nope, had nothing left in me.
But that's okay. That's speaking to when you're in flow state, take advantage of it.
Take advantage,
and
no
when you're
matter.
not, rest easy.
Yes.
And know that it's going to come back, and that you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other.
And I find I can't do 200 skeins in a row. That's just, I need to regroup. I need, even creatively, I need to regroup if I want them to look good. So I don't know how I got on that spiel, but for the amount of knitting, you've been pumping. Of course, it's all worsted and DK weight and
big needles,
bigger needles.
God, there is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing, because look at this.
It's a stunning pattern, and something about this shade shawl, it makes me want to say to designers, and I think Stephen West does this. If you were to put a big yarn over down here, when you get to the end, it gives it something to feed through, and it would stay. And I know Stephen West has done that with shawls. Hopefully that was a good enough explanation.
I totally got it.
Like, if you had a big yarn over here, that when you go to wrap it around your neck, you have something to tuck the other end into and really secure it around your neck.
That would be brilliant.
Such a tangent, but I've had that.
No, but I love it. And I also feel like I cannot wait to finish this because I love it on her in the picture. And I'm so curious as to how I'm going to wear it. It's very reminiscent of her fade shawl, but it's half brioche.
Similar shape.
Similar shape.
Well, and I remember when I saw it, I was like, I don't get what the difference is. Like, it looks just like the fade, but it is very
huge. So this side or this side. I love it.
They're equally as beautiful.
Well, it features a different look on each side. Oh my God, I love this yarn. So I used Gray Gardens, Silver Lining, Crack in the Sidewalk, and Whispering Pines. So it's similar to your Exploration, which we did those kits, but those are fingering. But the Whispering Pines is greener. It's just a really rich green.
There's more depth to it, I think.
There's so much more depth to it. And down here, I alternated, because you alternate, and I did Silver Lining and Gray Gardens. It's very subtle.
Do you want to know what, though? I love how subtle it is.
I do too.
Like, part of me says if we had 4 grays, just doing this whole thing in 4 grays would be gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Or even like 3 grays and our vanilla bean.
Yes, I almost had vanilla bean in here, but it was too stark.
Totally.
For this.
Totally.
So I am literally in love with this shawl.
It's beautiful.
Yes, and when we get to the shop update, we'll show you all the kits that are amazing for this.
Yeah.
And, well, we can talk about that in the shop update, the extra gray garden.
Definitely. We'll mention that for sure.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna have a drink of water. I feel like I've been talking about this.
So my last project, my Fat Squirrel Speaks bag.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You do have your Fat Squirrel Speak. She's one of our vendors and one of our friends, but she also vends with us at Needles Up. Amy Beth is a beautiful bag maker.
This one this one's a little smaller.
Yes, I think this is the largest that she makes, and that might be the medium.
I really feel like all I want right now are sweater bags, because then it's just easier to store them.
And you're such a sweater knitter, so it makes sense. Lately, yes.
I'm obsessed with sweaters. Everyone is. It's a phenomenon.
Yes, it is late. Well, yeah, I wonder if winter too brings it out.
See, and I feel like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. Really, the time to be knitting sweaters, quite often for me, would be in the summer, so they're ready for the winter. Like all mine are going to be ready for the summer.
But you know what, though?
It's okay.
Because summertime it can get so hot, you don't want to have this on your lap.
I know, but it's the time that we should be knitting. Oh my God, I want that.
So, this is my turtle dove sweater. The pattern is by the ladies of Espace Tricot. I am knitting it out of Woolfolk Luft, which is, I purchased it at Espace Tricot. It's a worsted weight yarn, or no, I'm sorry, it's a bulky yarn.
Bulky, it's gorgeous.
Thank you. I'll put all of the project, I have my project page, so I'll put the link down in the bottom for you to see all the details. But
so good, I don't ever look for them.
It's okay. Ever. I put all of the information for your projects down there.
I don't even understand any of it. I had to ask you, like, where do I find that?
I sent you a project page and you were like,
I'm looking at that.
Yeah. You're like, no, where do I find the project page? This is the project page.
That's what okay.
That's what it looks like.
I thought it would have great details on it.
Some people, you have to scroll down. Some people take really good notes and have it all in the comments.
I so don't have the patience for that.
You know what?
It's so good, but it's just not how I'm made.
The only reason I started doing it was because I would have questions and I'd be like, darn it, why didn't I just write it down? Like I thought I'd remember and I never did.
I know. It's brilliant.
So anyway.
I started doing it in my traveler's journal for one project and then I stopped.
Don't keep going.
No, I won't. But okay, thank you for thinking I will.
So this is a free pattern, which is, again, so generous of those ladies.
They provide so many fantastic free patterns.
Yes, go take a look at their pattern shop. They have a lot to offer.
So sad I didn't go to Vogue Knitting Live and see them.
I know.
Along with Denise and Sandy and everyone.
Hopefully next year.
I shouldn't list because there was so many.
Yeah. So it's a basic raglan pattern. Not basic, I shouldn't say that, because there's like this beautiful turtleneck, obviously.
But it is kind of a,
like the shaping is a raglan shaping.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
It's an oversized fit, which I love. It's kind of, that's my cup of tea. It has the split seam.
Oh, I love it.
And so I finished my ribbing in the front, and now I'm working on my ribbing in the back. I've slowed down a little bit on this project because I cast on that shawl.
Darn it.
Because I was just dying for garter.
Just because you're going to want to wear this.
I know. I need to start, I need to finish.
Yeah.
Because I also think the sleeves are going to fly.
They fly. It depends on how long you're going to make them.
I think I might do like the 3/4.
3/4.
Yeah.
I think you're still going to have to add a little for it to be 3/4.
Totally.
I think maybe not.
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Talk
anyway.
about that color, because it's gorgeous.
Yes. So this is like a camel tan, I would say. I think it, again, I'll put the details in the bottom, but it's like L4 or L3. The colors are weird. Like they're numbers. Alphanumerical.
Melissa of Espace Tricot, on their latest, one of their podcasts, she just cast on something with this colorway, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it.
So yeah, I'm on the back ribbing, and then I just have 2 sleeves to go. It's a great knit.
I love it.
Thank you. I did send out a newsletter because we have talked about in the past, Woolfolk Luft is a luxurious yarn. It's expensive for a sweater's quantity, no doubt about it. So I sent out a newsletter with all different types of substitutions that you could make, all different yarns. So I can probably post it somewhere. There's all of our newsletters can be actively accessed through a website. So I can put a link in the down bar if you all want to go look and see if you're dying to cast one of these on, but you don't feel like spending the money on a really expensive yarn. So yeah, those are all of my works in progress so far.
And I have a finished project that is to die for.
It's beautiful.
And I knit this so fast. So it's such a fast knit.
And it's a large shawl. It's not a small shawl.
It's a huge shawl.
This is the Pierre by Stephen West.
And again, I was not at all familiar with this pattern.
It's relatively new.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Because to me, this is one of his old school design. I don't know why. So this is the one we were talking about, the texture period, and then you add the texture of the tonals. It adds so much. So I have to put it on.
Yes.
Because I put it on during a Periscope. I hadn't even tried it on yet. Oh my God.
And you were like,
look at this shawl.
It looks super cozy and warm too.
It's super cozy. Like if we go out today, I might add it to And honestly, that's what pushed me through. I know the really cold weather was coming, and this is almost like scarf material for me. Like just throw it on no matter.
Look at the drape. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to
no, it blocked out so beautifully. It does not feel like a heavy shawl, like a worsted or DK weight shawl. Right. And I don't know why.
But yet it provides that warmth without feeling.
Exactly. Like I don't feel like I'm wearing this gigantic, heavy, bulky. It lays just like a fingering weight. It knit up so fast. I could make another one.
I believe that.
This to me would be a great, if you gift knit for people and you want to make them a shawl, this is a manageable, gorgeous shawl.
Absolutely.
So it's a 4-color shawl. I used Silver Lining, Edward, Tuxedo, and Grey Gardens. Lately, every shawl for me needs Grey Gardens and Silver Lining, and then add your color to that.
Add your pops,
It is just the colorways that work so well with so many of our colorways. But honestly, I think if you had a big DK stash, and you wanted to make a 4-color, but you had 2 you really liked, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love it. And I love the way you chose to use the color too, because he advertised it very much as a faded shawl.
Yes.
But and we have options for that as well.
Yeah,
but you know what? I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful accent.
I do too. I love the Silver Lining and Edward. Well, some of the new colorways are quickly becoming my favorite. I was going to say,
I feel like he might be edged out.
I don't know. I love Edward.
It's a beautiful color.
I would have made my
Weekender.
Absolutely an Edward. He would have been gorgeous. Yeah. So that's it for our projects. I love this project.
It's beautiful. Highly, highly recommend the knit. Yeah. Just based on your feedback.
Yeah. I feel like the knit was just such. The only part that it's because again it slowed me down, and I was so anxious, is the ribbed part.
And so that's not brioche.
No, it's ribbed.
It's so funny because
it has kind of a brioche look.
It has a brioche look, but it totally isn't, like when you look closer. But like if you were to just be looking from far away, I might say, oh, that's a little brioche section.
Yeah, no, it's a twisted rib. I love twisted rib. It's not like, so many people say I hate doing it. It's just different. So it takes you a second to reacclimate, but I love the look of a twisted rib. I love. So it's a twisted rib. And other than that, well, this area is knitting and purling, but in pattern. It's like a triangle pattern. But by the time you get to this, which is when you want to be done, it's all knit. It's very feather and fan-like. And then his cast-off is brilliant.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Brilliant. I cannot share it because it is a pay-for pattern, but it gives you the look of an I-cord edge without the weight of an I-cord edge.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And it went like that. Because I was like, I wanted to finish it for a podcast 2 weeks ago.
Oops.
And I was like, I'm finishing it. And I bound it off at night. Like,
it was like 11 o'clock.
Yes. It was like, I hope I don't fall asleep binding off. but it had a beautiful rhythm to it. It was fat. It's one of my new favorites, and I have to make sure I remember it because I will use it again.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so Pierre Shawl, Stephen West. We love Stephen West.
Yes. It's beautiful.
I love it.
So I feel like that's a good segue into, because we've shown all of our knitting, let's talk about the knit along that we are going to host.
Yes!
So I have already put on our homepage, on our website, kit pre-orders. So it's going to be called the Plumpy Along. It is going to be a DK weight shawl knit along. So any DK weight shawl works, any yarn works.
Yes.
But because Mom is knitting the Plumpy, we figured let's theme it with the Plumpy.
Yes, along. Let's theme it with a Plumpy Along. I feel like it's a pal, not a cow.
Pal. Plumpy Along.
Plumpy
I like that.
along,
I like that. So yes, so it's gonna be, we're gonna start, I need to reset my brain there.
I know.
So it's gonna start on February 14th and it's going to end on March 28th. Yes, on Valentine's Day.
Not only is it Valentine's Day is nothing. It's Jacob's birthday.
Yeah, we don't really celebrate
Also known as
Valentine's
Chip.
Day.
Yeah, we don't. Well, you guys can, but we never have. It's
Yeah.
the best day in the whole wide world to have a baby.
Oh my God.
I
Talk
don't know
about
why.
love.
It was just, it melted me. And I hadn't thought we were I don't even know when my due date was. It never even entered my mind.
That is so
I think I was
funny.
so tired and so busy.
Yeah.
Who would even think it's the best day in the whole wide world? Sorry.
Valentine's Day.
Chip's birthday.
Chip's birthday.
He calls himself Chip sometimes.
Does he really?
Cracks me up.
That's so
He's
cute.
finally acknowledged
The chipping.
the chipping.
That's good. So yes, it's gonna start then, and we started it a little bit late, like in a couple of weeks, so that if you did want to order a kit or any kind of yarn from us to participate, we had the time to get it to you.
Yes.
So how we're gonna run it is we're gonna have a prize. I think we'll have a prize for the chatter and for the finished object.
Yes.
And when you are entering in, if your entire project is knit out of Legacy Fiber Artz yarn, you will get 3 entries. So you can list your finished object three times, tripling your chance, or is it doubling? No, tripling your chance of winning.
Math was never a strong point. Ever.
It's a miracle that I ever passed a math class.
Well, you had the right teacher. And if you continued to have a teacher that was able to teach you, you would have been great.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
Math, the
I liked it
teacher
when I
makes
got
a
it.
difference. Yeah, the teacher makes a difference.
It does.
And your teacher actually acknowledged that
Yes, for
in
sure.
middle school. Sorry, another tangent.
Number
Number of entries.
Yes. So if your whole project is with Legacy Fiber Artz yarn, you get 3 entries. If you are just using a skein or 2 of Legacy Fiber Artz yarn, you can have it listed twice. And if you are using just, stash yarn that isn't necessarily Legacy, you will list it once, like you typically do for a knit along. And then chatter away, like talk away, because we are going to be pulling.
Dishwasher's done.
No, that's a coffee machine.
Oh, coffee machine. I'll be right back. I gotta get a cup.
No. So yes, and then just like chatter away, inspire each other. I love chatter. I love going in and reading the chatter threads because it's really great to see everybody interacting and supporting each other and giving each other ideas. So yes, go in there, chatter. The more you chatter, the more likely it is you'll get pulled for the prize.
Yes. However, having said that, and everyone knows this, and everyone mistakenly does this, myself included, do not comment on the finished projects.
Yeah.
If we do, that just won't be part of the ability to win.
Right.
It'll get
I might need to delete them.
Yeah.
Just so
so
that
don't be offended. It's just for logistics.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the knit along. Get your yarn ready, get your needles ready. I will probably be sending out a newsletter full of DK weight shawl pattern recommendations.
You guys really, truly though, both of these shawls that I knit are the one that I'm still knitting, a complete joy. And sometimes shawls, we want them, we love them, but they get long, they get tedious, but we want them. But I have enjoyed these knits so much.
Yes.
That's my little-
So, and those 2 patterns will be on the newsletter as well, but I will also be seeking out other DK weight patterns. So actually, if you know of a DK weight shawl that you've knit or you want to knit, put it in the comments below because I will
Yes.
definitely feature that in the newsletter.
That is a great point.
Yes. So that's really exciting news. Like I said, we have pre-orders up. We're using them as pre-orders because we don't know how many to stock. We don't know how many of you are going to be interested in purchasing them.
Yes, and I'll actually talk about that for a second because I have pre-dyed so much yarn, but to actually make them into kits, it's confusing because you could end up, somebody wants like a lot of people want the Plumpy but not the other. Now I have to, it's confusing.
Totally.
So what I have done is just stockpiled the yarn, and as a pre-order, 9 times out of 10 it will go out almost immediately. Unless I run out, because it just allows me to then take all that stockpile and put it into the kit that you want.
Right. Yes.
I hope that
It makes sense.
because as I was starting, I was like getting confused actually, like, well, how many kits do I want to put in?
Right.
It just eliminated so much of that brain space for me to just dye the yarn and then
We'll
put the
build the
kits
kits,
together when they're ordered. So
Totally.
that's more the reason for the pre-order. Unless all of a sudden we get 1 million pre-orders. Not going to happen. Then there might be a slight wait. But again, I really don't like things hanging around.
We ship very quickly.
We ship very quickly. Except for today, we have a couple orders that are going to wait for a while.
Because Mom's up here.
I'm here.
So another thing I wanted to mention on that same vein, we had listed shawl kits last week, I think. 4-color shawl kits. We were promoting them as Plumpy shawl kits, not realizing that you needed 2
Of one of the colors.
So if you have ordered, and I think I really put this out there on the newsletter and social
we
media.
covered a lot of the bases, but just in case.
Yes, if you ordered one of our 4-color shawl kits in the DK weight base, and you were intending it to be used as a Plumpy kit, email us. We will figure out a way to get you that extra skein.
Yeah, and it really is whatever color you want to be that color be, but for me it was Grey Gardens.
Yes.
And I'm very happy. So for me it went silver line, well I'll actually show you a kit. It went silver lining, now I don't remember. Okay, silver lining, Grey Gardens, crack in the sidewalk. So it was A, B, C, D. But that doesn't mean it has to be for you at all. And it was, I have to say, for me, it was hard to decide.
I remember it was
I was like, because I'm not sure where is where, but once I started knitting, it made complete sense, the flow of the colors for me.
And you know what? I'm going to take a picture of your shawl and label where the colors fall, because
That would be
nobody
terrific.
has done that I have found on Ravelry. So
And I wanted, that's what I was looking for on project pages, like a diagram of where A was and where B was and where C was. And really, I was able to figure it out very easily. But some people might really struggle with that. So if you want it to look just like mine, I actually think these colors would look fantastic. How I based it was more on the brioche sections because I wanted distinct.
totally.
So yeah. So should we go right into what the kits are?
Yeah, we can. That's a good
Okay.
idea.
So if you want a kit for the
Pierre shawl.
Pierre shawl, this is one of them.
Yep. And so that is really getting the plastic isn't great.
Oh, okay. So maybe we'll take it out and Chelsea will take a picture.
Yeah.
But it's silver lining, Grey Gardens, crack in the sidewalk, and whispering pines.
And if you go to the website, all the pre-orders are right on the homepage, so you'll be able to see all of this much clearer.
And then my Pierre shawl is, so this were we kind of talking about the Plumpy or no?
We can just, we're just talking kits now.
Yeah,
so
just
we can
kits,
go.
just kits. Yeah, I'm sorry.
okay.
Kits are so confusing.
Yeah, well, because you can also use it for anything. We're just
Anything.
basing it on what she's knit, so.
Yes. So this is what I used for my Pierre shawl, and this is a 4-color kit, and it's Edward, Tuxedo, Grey Gardens, and silver lining. Now this also would make a fantastic Plumpy.
Totally. You would just need, you would need to pick one of the colors, and you'd need 2 skeins of it.
Skeins.
Any one of the colors, it does not matter.
So these are available both for the Plumpy and the Pierre. You just get an extra skein for the Plumpy. And one last kit that we call our prize kit, because this was our 12,000
giveaway, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I want to make a 3-color shawl so badly.
It's really pretty.
With, it's kind of blown out, but silver lining. Mercury glass. I have such a mental block.
I know,
with Mercury
with that
glass.
colorway.
It's so pretty. Mercury glass. This kind of is up there with Edward for me.
It's just a little bit more like
a little more color.
Yeah, vibrant.
And then Tuxedo. That's another one that will be in the shop as a kit, and these are on Cozy Toes.
I was gonna say that'll be and that's kind of aside from the DK weight.
Yes.
Those are just, it's another kit that we have created. But I also wanted to show for anybody that wants to knit a Pierre and wants it to be a fade, because I do love the look of the faded Pierre.
Absolutely.
Our new colorways would make gorgeous faded.
So are you going to show like your sweater?
Actually, you go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't even show any of the yarn that I'm going to be
We
knitting.
have to for our upcoming projects. Yeah, so let's finish the shop update and do that, because your upcoming projects are fantastic. So it goes buttercream frosting, wedding cake,
Yes.
antique lace, and worn leather.
Would be a gorgeous fade. We also have a beautiful pink that you
Gorgeous.
could really,
Yes.
if you want a fade with our new colorways, always feel free to email us, because we can send you pictures of different combinations or recommend different combinations.
Yes, I think that's a fantastic service that you are offering at this point, is
Totally.
like, and again, because you get the emails, is if you want to see colorways together, quite often Chelsea just sends me a note, I go down to the shop, and I lay them all out on a whiteboard so you can see them, and we can photograph them as long as we have them in stock at the moment. But you will see that buttercream frosting and wedding cake tend to look a little similar, but it is a different, this is very light lemon, I would say.
I feel like butter. Butter is the perfect way to describe it.
Okay, definitely like a butter.
Yeah.
And then this has a lot more colors in it. This is not a semi-solid. Well, it kind of is.
It's like
in a weird way.
I consider a tonal and a semi-solid different.
Yes.
That's more of a tonal, where you're getting deep colors, light colors, in between colors, where this to me
is very just tonal. Or
yeah, it's a semi-solid.
Semi-solid,
It's not entirely the one color, but it's, I don't know, maybe I'm not making any sense.
No, I see what it has depth to it. A little more like, tonals do too though, because they're light. And there's more color in this. I've applied different colors.
Yeah.
So we should just keep going through the new colorways then. But as far as the fade, this is the antique lace. Oh my, again, because they're so light, I feel like they're struggling.
I think when I hide my face, it might focus.
Okay. And sometimes when we look back, it looks better than we think.
Yeah.
But if not, you also can put in pictures.
Definitely.
And go to the website.
I was gonna say, they're all listed on the website too.
Antique lace is what I am doing my
Weekender.
And then, oh my gosh.
Worn leather.
I've wanted to do a gorgeous brown for so long, and I feel like I did it. Worn leather. It's also got some like goldens in there.
It really, all 4 of those colors are a perfect fade, I think.
Perfect.
Well,
And-
of course
and
I think that, 'cause
I
I'm
know.
gonna be knitting a sweater.
You are. I know. So as long as we're on the new colorway, so I'm going to continue, because this is our romance collection. I am so excited about these colors because they're different for us.
Definitely.
They're very different, and I feel like I dyed them differently. I feel like my whole thought process was very different.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
So this is Pocket Full of Posies, and this has some soft blues and yellows and greens. Oh my gosh.
I love that one.
I am in love with it. Pocket Full of Posies. I don't know why that came to me, like I want to do a pocket full of posies. I don't even know what that really means.
I feel like it's Ring Around the Rosies, but that is a song about death. But if you just take the posies,
I just am thinking a pocket full of posies. That's all.
it's okay, because ashes, we all fall. It's okay. It's still a romance collection.
It feels very romantic to
Yeah,
me. Like you're out in the woods and you pick a pocket full of posies.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So I want to make a, what did I tell you? Madewell.
Madewell out of that one.
So badly. Or this would be gorgeous as a...
Oh yeah, no frills.
No, are you noticing we're at that point where I can't finish my sentence and Chelsea knows exactly what I'm talking about? So that, pocket full of posies, and then...
T for two.
T for two. Which it's got some beautiful like reddish browns and mauve and oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Like delicate pink.
Delicate. It's so delicate. That's what I feel about all of these. They're delicate, but they're not sappy.
Yeah.
I have a thing about sappy. And I don't even know, like in my brain, I know what that means for me. I just love them. Yeah. So, and then obviously we have our love notes.
Yep, which is our mini. And this is a big mini bundle.
Big.
Six skeins.
Yeah, so right now this collection has 6 colorways. It is going to grow hugely because I already have one that could come out very soon, another one. And also all of these new colorways will be coming with us to the Must Love Yarn Retreat. Yes. So you know, if you live and you're going, you don't have to live near here, and you're going. Then I have one more that is not a colorway. It is a one-off because when I dyed it up on the DK base, it came out too yellow, but I love it.
Really pretty.
I actually am considering making it a colorway, but for now, it's a one-of-a-kind. I believe there's like 9 in the shop. Again, would make a gorgeous weekender. Gorgeous. So it's the one-of-a-kind wedding cake. I will say it's much harder to dye light than dark.
For sure.
There will be, I think there's some one-of-a-kinds of these that are going in the shop.
Nice, okay.
That I have to get to you a picture that just came out too dark. They're beautiful, but they're darker than are intended for this colorway.
Totally.
So having one more thing we will talk about, and then I want you to show.
Yes.
This grouping, I am so drawn to for Elton's.
Oh yes, the Elton.
So drawn to, and I thought I had a full skein of the gorgeous Buttercream in the mohair, but I wound it up. Okay. But I want to make one so badly.
I know.
With the pocket full of posies for an Elton. Eltons take not a lot of yarn.
What were you saying that when you knit yours?
It just does not eat up yarn. This would make a gorgeous Elton.
And for anybody that hasn't seen the Elton pattern, it's a cardigan and it's designed by Hoagie Locatelli, and it's striped. It's a striped cardigan, and you do a mohair stripe and you do a fingering weight stripe, mohair stripe. It's gorgeous. It's delicate. It's perfect for the spring. So if you're looking for a springtime knit. Oh,
it makes me for Easter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to make one so badly. It would go with wedding cake beautifully. I feel like the original Elton was done with yellow.
With those types of colors,
a little more yellow than this. And then even
any of these colorways, I feel like you use this, like the buttery yellow. It looks like almost in all of them. So it would really complement any one of these colors.
All of them.
Yeah.
And then one last Elton.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, you said this morning.
Yeah, and I think it's true. And that's T for 2 and Vanilla Bean.
Vanilla Bean. Okay, it's your turn because Chelsea has, well,
2. I already talked about
3 because you talked about them, but 2 more.
So I talked about this one, the Nurtured.
Honestly, I want you to cast them all on today.
I know, me too. If we go to Must Love Yarn, I'm getting the needles.
I'm such a bad influence.
Well, no, because I will cast them all on and then I will focus on one, finish, and focus on the other.
Well, if I was Graham and you were me, she'd be like, don't cast on another thing until you finish that. Why are you doing more? And I'm like, do more, do more.
I'm somewhere in between.
You are.
So this is going to be, I'm going to be casting on a no frill sweater. By Petite Knit, because Molly finally got to me. She's knitting her second one. Molly of a Homespun House. She has a podcast, yarn dyeing company. Go check her out if you don't already, which I'm pretty sure everybody here probably follows her. Pretty sure. But she is knitting her second one, and I finally was like, all right, Molly, you got me. Because she always does. She always inspires me. This is the combination that I'm going to be knitting. Again, it's T for 2 and Vanilla Bean. And it's fingering weight, held with lace weight mohair, and it is just a basic.
I want to knit one so bad. I don't think it's going to be the sweater for me, but I want to. It just looks like the greatest knit.
Like a fun knit.
Just
I totally
a fun
agree.
knit.
So I'm going to be casting one of those on today. Hopefully today. I'm super excited about it. I think I will wear it a lot because it gets so cold up here, and mohair, even in the lace weight form, creates so much warmth. Yes.
It does.
So that's one of the sweaters that I'm going to be casting on. And then the next one, which I'm so excited.
This is the one I really want you. I really want you casting them
all of them. I know. Okay, so I need to make sure that I'm getting them all.
I brought up so much yarn for Chelsea.
Cute. I was so excited for it.
I have to say, it's getting harder and harder to it's hard. It's hard because of the distance. So when I come, I have to come really prepared.
Exactly. So I'm going to be making a
comfort
fade cardie by, this is the Andrea Mowry show today.
I feel like lately it is, and I'm hearing that a lot out there. I just think right now her sweaters fit so many people's needs. I don't know if it's a relaxed knitting. They're comfy.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be knitting. This is my fade. It is buttercream frosting. Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
Buttercream frosting, wedding cake, antique lace, and worn leather. So it's going to be this way. So the cowl will be in buttercream, and I think the button band as well. And then I'll slowly fade down to the worn leather.
I just think because the colors are so subtle, like the first two are really, you like go, oh, that. There's not a huge difference.
But it's a perfect introduction.
It's such a gentle, gorgeous fade. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait.
I know. I'm really excited because something about like right now sock knitting is not doing anything for me. Even shawl knitting, if I wasn't itching so much for garter, I would have never cast another shawl on. Sweaters are my lifeblood.
For me, I love sock knitting. I love sock knitting. However, I have plenty of socks and I spend a lot of time sock knitting, and I'm a knitter and I go to get warmth and I have nothing.
You're like, I guess I'll put a pair of socks on my hands.
I have nothing. Like coming up here, I knew it'd be chilly. I wanted a nice warm sweater. Well, I now have my turtle dove. And I love my turtle dove, but it's a light color. It's more for me. It's a little bit more of a, like, if I'm going out. And we talked about it earlier. As a yarn dyer, I cannot wear nice things.
Every day, yeah.
And I'm in my studio every day, whether I'm dyeing one skein or 100 skeins. I'm in the dye. And I don't want to ruin.
Totally.
And yes, so as a knitter, I'm tired of not looking like a knitter.
Totally.
I'm really tired of not looking like a knitter, and I want to. I have to say, I have not been into shawl knitting at all until these two. Now I'm like, I want to do Trey Liz's brioche.
Oh my God, me too.
So bad. She gifted us that pattern.
I have it
that
right
needles
over there.
up, and I really feel like I want to start that. But I want to do more substantial wardrobe knitting.
It's a good motivator for sure.
It is.
So let's talk about Needles Up Maryland, because we have been getting a lot of emails and a lot of inquiries from everybody that is attending the festival, wondering if we are going to be there.
We are.
We are going to be there.
We are.
I personally am not going to be there.
No, it's impossible.
Just when you figure out the cost, it doesn't make sense for both of us to be there. But we are going to be there. The event is going to be there. We are going to have all of our wonderful vendors with us.
I'm so excited. I feel like we're family.
Truly.
I do.
Truly. Every time we're in the same room with all of them, it's like,
I know. And we really don't see anyone else or really chat with anyone else until the event. But they're just all such professionals. And I appreciate that so much.
Totally.
They're such a gift to this event. They really are. And I do think they know how appreciated they are. They make the event.
Yes.
So thank you guys.
We're so excited
They
to
probably
see
don't
you.
even watch.
That's okay.
Probably like, yeah, we'll see them in March or
Somebody
April
tell
or
them we
May.
love them.
Tell them we love them again.
So yes, the date of the event is May 3rd. VIP hour is going to be from noon to 1 p.m. and the general admission will go from 1 to 6 p.m.
And general admission means no cost to get in.
No cost. Yeah, it's
just walk through the door.
Yeah, you just walk through the door.
And maybe win a prize.
Yeah,
That's pay you to come.
Yes. Please come see us.
We need you there.
So yes, those are the hours of the events. We are going to be listing 60 VIP tickets for $5.50 each. We use that cost to cover the cost of the room, just expenses to run the event.
It helps make a successful event, and it is such a fun hour.
Yes, and if you don't want to, again, general admission is free. So
yes. And we say this every single time. You are not missing out. We come so prepared, and our vendors come so prepared. So if you're not there at the VIP hour, doesn't mean you don't get the needles up colorway. You don't. It only
everybody
means
brings a lot.
A lot. We come very prepared. So it's more about, there's a little more of an opportunity to do a little one-on-one.
Totally. It's just not as crowded typically.
Yes.
But we also do have really good crowd control.
So
you know what? If you feel like getting there early and you want to pay the money, do it. If not,
you're not missing anything.
It's
yeah,
the same
you're not.
Nobody's
coming to VIP.
Yeah, well, we'll see you at 1.
It's okay. It's okay.
But if you are interested, we are going to be listing those VIP tickets on our website on Sunday, February 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Please, God, let us remember that.
I've put it in the calendar. We're so bad at remembering.
We're so bad. We literally all day long go, remember, it's 6 o'clock. Oh yeah, I forgot.
And then it's 5 of 6 and we're both like, oh my God,
we forgot. Because we're so out of the mode of updates.
Yeah. But that is the information for all that. Again, if you head on down, I'm going to make sure that the website is completely updated before we upload this podcast so that you can have a one-stop shop where you can look at all the info.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, that's all the information. I hope if you have any questions about Needles Up and it's not on the website, always feel free to email me. I can get back to you.
It's such a fun event. I love the event. I definitely stress beforehand a lot, but we are going to be in the same place as last year, which was fantastic. Yeah, you really There's an area to knit if you want, I think with a fireplace. It's just a lovely setting. There were people that came and hung for a while.
Well, and the cool thing about, I'm sorry, Tim.
No, go ahead.
The cool thing about Maryland is I believe we are the only event the night before, so it's not like at Rhinebeck where there are a few different things going on. You can really like come, shop, like you said, knit, chat, make it kind of your Friday night event if you want to.
It is, and it's really an opportunity.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Keep going.
I was just gonna say it's really an opportunity to really chat with the vendors. I feel like because of our crowd control, because of all of that, you really can like just visit with everyone a little bit, and we love the event.
Absolutely. So, battery is about to die because we've been chatting for almost 2 hours.
Way too long.
So, we are going to log off with you guys because we gotta go.
And Lily's still sleeping. What a good girl.
Sleeping. So, we are going to spend some time knitting and taking pictures and getting this uploaded for you because it's been way too long.
Way too long.
Thank you to everybody that joined us. If you enjoyed this podcast, please head down and give us a thumbs up or subscribe. It'll help us gain exposure on YouTube for all the other crafters that are looking for entertainment while they're making. Yeah. It was great seeing you guys.
Hi guys, you're all the best.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon. Needles up.
Needles up.
Bye.
Bye.